Let's talk about the two underlying reasons for GERD, okay? First one is a vitamin D deficiency. If you haven't seen my other video on how vitamin D influences muscles, I put a link down below, but it does. Typically people have this idea that vitamin D controls calcium and affects the immune system, but it does a lot more, including controlling muscle function to a very large degree. And when we deal with the stomach, we're dealing with smooth muscle, both in the sphincters, the top one and the bottom one, as well as the muscle itself, which is smooth muscle. Vitamin D increases calcium absorption, so it's all about contractibility. So if you're lacking vitamin D, you can get incomplete closure of this valve right here. So GERD stands for gastroesophageal reflux disorder. So the acid in the stomach is kind of going right up to this valve into the esophagus. And it can damage the cells of the esophagus, create inflammation, and even increase the risk of cancer. Vitamin D deficiency is one cause. And you have vitamin D receptors in the esophagus, in the stomach, in these valves. So you have a lot of locations where vitamin D is involved. But the second underlying reason why someone might have GERD is they have lower amounts of hydrochloric acid in the stomach itself, which is very common as we age. We decrease the production of HCl. If you're on an antacid, that can also decrease the stomach acid. And as soon as you come off that medication, now you really can't digest because it just depleted most of your stomach acid. But what happens when you don't have enough hydrochloric acid in the stomach is you get incomplete closure of this valve. There's a little sensor, a pH sensor in this valve, which makes a lot of sense because when you eat food, you want to have food go through here and have it being digested and have this completely closed off, right? You don't want acid backing up. So if there's just not enough acid to trigger this sensor in this valve, then what happens, the acid splashes up. Now, the other thing that's happening is if you don't have enough hydrochloric acid, you're going to get incomplete digestion, especially of protein. And the biggest symptom is gas. So we start building up gas bubbles right here, and it's going to pop this open right here just from the gas. In this situation, you would take a piece of vitamin D3 per day. In this situation, you would want to take something called betaine hydrochloride, as well as apple cider vinegar. The combination actually works very, very well. So I put a link down below for more information about hydrochloric acid. Thanks for watching.